A former Scripps Mercy employee is speaking out tonight about allegations the hospital often releases homeless patients who don't have a place to go. This as the city of San Diego moves forward with a lawsuit against Scripps for similar claims. It's called patient dumping, which is against the law here in California. As CBS 8's Shannon Handy found out, some say it's a consistent problem throughout the county.
Our sources say this is happening not only at Scripps, but at UCSD and other hospitals in our area. The woman we interviewed calls it a system-wide problem that needs to be fixed to save lives.
I was a patient care technician.
We covered the woman's face to protect her identity. During her time working at Scripps Mercy, she claims it was common practice to see homeless people discharged without a place to go.
In the emergency department, very regularly. If somebody wouldn't have been admitted to the hospital, they're discharged and, it's basically like, you can leave now, like you need to go.
In addition, she alleges the care they received while at the hospital was inadequate compared to that of someone who's not unsheltered.
Signs of, what could be, a stroke or heart attack, they would attribute it to, this person is, has some sort of mental illness. This person is just, they're on drugs. They're an alcoholic. It's a risk to these people's life because they could miss some sort of diagnosis or some sort of treatment option.
The former Scripps employee tells CBS 8 she was recently interviewed by the city attorney's office as part of a lawsuit against Scripps for this type of behavior, often referred to as patient dumping. Under a 2019 state law, California hospitals must have a homeless patient discharge plan, which includes offering the patient a meal and weather-appropriate clothing, helping arrange an appropriate place to sleep, and transporting patients to the discharge destination within a maximum of 30 miles or 30 minutes from the hospital.
They weren't even given a bus pass or a taxi ride.
Still, the woman we spoke with doesn't place all the blame on individual employees, saying the problem is much bigger in part because of a lack of resources. For example, while staff has a list of shelters, they either don't have time to call everyone or there are no beds available.
No matter how much good they want to do, the resources are not there for them.
There's also the added challenge of homeless patients who don't want help and leave on their own. Overall, it's an issue plaguing hospitals all over San Diego. Up until March, Aaron Mellon had been homeless for 10 years. He alleges patient dumping happens frequently. The last time he says it happened to him was at UCSD.
They're shooing me away, and I have just a piece of gauze and a bandage on my leg, barefoot.
In a statement, UCSD told us safety is a priority for all patients at time of discharge. I can confirm for you that our current process is that patients who are experiencing homelessness are at a minimum provided with a list of shelters and, if needed, means of transportation to arrive there. Meanwhile, Scripps said in part, Scripps Health has not received any complaints from patients regarding our hospital discharge process, which complies with state law, regulations, and local requirements. Scripps gives homeless patients weather-appropriate clothing as needed, feeds them a meal, provides them with their prescriptions and or medication, screens them for infectious diseases, and offers them any necessary vaccinations. We ensure they are safe to leave the hospital and work with them to develop a discharge plan. If you would like to read the entire statement from Scripps, as well as what the city has to say about this issue, log on to CBS8.com and click on this story.